Bonjour guys, it is me, Couture. Today we are talking about color palettes. Yes, that is right. I've made a lot of color palettes pour Submarino, and I'm going to show you how I've done it. Oh yes. See you guys when I get back home from France.
Alright, hello guys. So the first thing I want to show you is how Submarino looks without color palettes. If we disable this script right here, we should see it. As you can see, it is completely grayscale. So the trick to the color palettes is there's 4 shades of gray, which each corresponds to a specific color in a color palette. So the completely black color is the shadow color, and the slightly more gray color is the background color, and the slightly lighter gray color is an accent color, and at last we got the completely white color, which is the primary color. So if we enable the color palette again, we can see that the background color is blue, the shadow color is almost black, and the primary color is a shade of yellow, and the accent color is green. And I would like to give a shout out to the YouTube channel Makin Stuff Look Good in Unity, because I've got the palette swap script from him, from a video on his channel, and it's very helpful. I'll link it in the description. But anyways, the point of this video is I want to show you how I used to create color palettes and how I create color palettes today. So the way I used to create color palettes was inside of Photoshop, where I had a texture where each row of 4 pixels corresponded to a color palette. And this worked fine for 10 or so color palettes, but it eventually became quite a hassle to create new ones. And also I didn't have any overview, and I couldn't name them, I couldn't sort them very well, and it was just an overall ass experience to create color palettes this way. So I decided to create a custom tool inside of Unity, and it looks like this. Bam! This is the custom tool. So we've got a list of color palettes where all the color palettes reside, and we've got some buttons right here: add, clear, load, and save. And then up here it says please select a color palette. So let's do that. Let's choose banana. And as you can see, a preview texture appears, as well as some controls where we can change the colors of the color palette, and we can change the name as well, like that. And then we have to click apply to commit the changes. There we go. Now it says banana in the list view, and if we click save, then everything will be saved into a JSON file, and that's good. But we're not gonna save because we don't want the banana palette to be called banana. So apply and save. Perfect. Another cool thing is we've got keyboard controls where we can click some buttons, we can duplicate, and we can delete. It was very hard to implement the keyboard controls for some reason. But anyways, the list view looks like this inside of the code. So let me just show you. So it is inside of a draw list function. And what we do is we loop through the color palettes in a list of color palettes. And then we just display a button, X, which removes the color palette, and a button where it points upwards, downwards, to move it around. And then we also give it a green color if the color palette is selected. And last but not least, we've got the button, which has a specific style, so it doesn't look like a button. So the text here is actually a button, but it doesn't look like a button. And you can click it, and select the palette like this. And then the scroll view is created through this right here, editor.gui layout.begin scroll view, and then the scroll view ends over here. And that's how the list works. And we can also look at how the preview texture works. So let's do that. So we've got a update colors function, which loops through the pixels of a preview texture in grayscale, which looks like this. And then it just swaps out the colors to the colors of the color palette that we are currently editing. And that is very good. And that is how the tool basically works. And for the saving and loading, I use JSON, which you can see that it looks like this. We've got the name of the color palette and then the colors. And that is how the save file look. And that's a JSON file, which is created using the JSON utilities. So look that up if you want to learn how to do that, because it is very handy. And that is basically everything I wanted to show you. The last thing is how I change color palettes inside of Submarino. And that is like this, using a horrendous menu, which is absolutely impossible to navigate on mobile. But you know, it works. It works okay on PC at least. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, like the video and subscribe, and leave a comment if you've got any questions or just want to tell me something. But anyways, thank you guys for watching.